Good morning, students. This is the 27th lecture of Engineering Thermodynamics class and the second class of the chapter Thermodynamic Relations. In the last class, we discussed and derived the set of Maxwell's equations, which comprises of 4 equations, and we also derived the first TDS equation and second TDS equation. By now you know how to derive the Maxwell's equation and TDS equations. Maxwell equations are derived by writing a thermodynamic property in the equation form, which must look like dz is equal to mdx plus ndy, and from that we can derive the corresponding Maxwell equation. So there are 4 equations, one coming from the first law, one coming from the definition of enthalpy, one coming from the quantitative definition of Gibbs function, and the fourth one is coming from the definition of Helmholtz function. Similarly, the TDS equations are derived by first taking S or entropy as a function of temperature and volume, secondly by taking entropy as a function of pressure and volume. So accordingly we got 2 TDS equation. The first TDS equation contains a CVDT term, the second TDS equation contains a CPDT term. Today we shall do the specific heat equations. That means we will see what is the relationship between Cp and Cv, whether Cp is greater than Cv or Cv is greater than Cv. We know that Cp is greater than Cv, but mathematically we will see that Cp minus Cv is greater than 0, implying Cp is greater than Cv. We will also see under what circumstances Cp minus Cv is equal to R. So we will see these things, and for that we need the help of the Maxwell's equation and the help of TDS equation that we have already derived. Now the TDS equation says, what is the first TDS equation? The first TDS equation says TDS is equal to Cv dt plus T del P del T V dV, and the second TDS equation, which contains the Cp dt term, says it is Cp dt minus T del P del T P dP. So this is equation 1 and this is equation 2, and from these two equations we can write, if I deduct this or if I can equate this one into this one, then Cp dt minus T del B del T P dP is equal to Cv dt plus T del P del T V dV. So what I am trying to do actually is, I want to find out an expression for Cp minus Cv from TDS equations. So this is TDS, so this right hand side of the first equation and right hand side of the second equations are same. Therefore I could write this is equal to this, and if I bring Cv to the left hand side, then I can get a term Cp minus Cv in the left hand side and the equivalent term in the right hand side. So that is what I am going to do. So I can write it as Cp minus Cv dt, Cv comes this side, is equal to T del B del T P dP, this will go to that side, plus T del P del T V dV, right? So this is an equation we can write. We can also write it this way, that CpCv or dt is equal to this divided by Cp minus Cv and this divided by Cp minus Cv. So Cp by Cv has come to the Cp minus Cv has come to the denominator. So dt is this. Now from this we will proceed further. So you see the sequence of equations, how it is progressing and how we are going to finally obtain a relationship for Cp minus Cv. Now dt is equal to this much. Now this is say equation 3. Equation 3. Now you can see that dt is one term into dp and another term into dv. Now we also know that in thermodynamics, out of the 8 properties, any property can be expressed always as a function of any 2 of the remaining 6 properties, any 2 of the remaining 7 properties. Okay, so we can write T as a function of T, P and V. T as a function of pressure and volume. If we write like this, then what will be dt? In the partial differential equation form, dt, dp, v, dp plus del t, del v, p, dv. Okay, so dt is equal to this plus this. Now look at this equation and this equation. Look at this equation and this equation. Here there is a term with dp plus there is another term with dv. Here one term with dp plus one term with dv. So this term is equal to this and this term is equal to this. Okay, you take any one of this, you take any one of this equation. So because this equation 4 and 3 are actually speaking of the same thing, an expression for dt is equation 3 and equation 4 is also an expression for dt. So we can equate the first term accompanying dp and the second term which is accompanied by dv. Okay, so from that you take either this or this, both of them will give the same result. So you can take it as dt, dp, v, dv t is equal to dt, dp, v, dp is equal to this one, t del v del t p by Cp minus Cv dp, or this is equal to this. Okay, this is equal to this. So from this we can write an expression for Cp minus Cv, a simplified expression. So Cp minus Cv now becomes equal to T del V del T P, this term, and this will go, this will come here and this will go that side. So when this will go, this will be del P del T B, del P del T B. So Cp minus Cv is this much. Now we will further simplify it. So from this we got this. So Cp minus Cv is equal to ये यहाँ रहा, फिर ये आ गया इस तरफ. So this becomes del P del T at V. Okay. Now we were going to further simplify it. So further simplification will be based on certain things. Now you see, first day I told you about, in the last class I told you about 3 mathematical theorems which are the foundation of these thermodynamic relations and on the basis of which the other equations are being formed. In that, the third equation says if x, y, z are 3 variables, then, and they are interrelated, then del x del y z, del y del z x and del z del x y is equal to minus 1. Similarly, here in this case, if we bring that mathematics to thermodynamics, pressure, volume, temperature are 3 properties and they can also be written in that form. So let us write that. So we can write del P del V T del V del T P and del T del P V is equal to minus 1. And if we can write like this, it is just like we are replacing x, y, z by p, b, t. So what is the expression for this del p del t? So del p del t, if del p del t will go to that side, then del p del t v is equal to, this will go to that side, minus del p del v t and del p del v t and del v del t p. Okay. Now we can now write this equation. This is equation 5. So equation 5 can now be written as, equation 5 can now be written as simply Cp minus Cv is equal to T del B del T को रहने दो, del P del T के जगह in this place we can write this. So what we are getting, we will get Cp minus Cv is equal to, there is a minus sign here, so minus will be there, T del V del T P, and in this place we will write this del P del V T and del V del T P. So we get the expression for Cp minus Cv very clearly. So equation 5 has now become this equation. In this equation, see, there is a minus sign, this minus sign has come from that previous one, and this del V del T P, del V del T P, so it is del V del T P whole square. So we can further write it, this is the final expression, Cp minus Cv is equal to minus T del V del T P square into del P del V T. So this is the expression we were looking for, and this is called specific heat equation. This is called specific heat equation. So specific heat equation, we started from the TdS equation and ended up with this particular equation, which is called the specific heat equations. Now this is a very important equations, and many things can be now derived from or inferred or concluded from this particular equation. Now look at this. Look at this expression. This side we have Cp minus Cv, and this side we have a minus sign, T del B del T P whole square del P del V. Now in any mathematical equation, if there is a square term, you know that square term cannot be negative. So this thing is positive. Now T is absolute temperature. Absolute temperature also cannot have a minus value, because absolute temperature scale starts from Kelvin, 0 Kelvin. There is no minus 10 Kelvin, minus 20 Kelvin. So you have minus 10 degrees centigrade, but you don't have minus 10 Kelvin, because Kelvin scale, the absolute temperature scale starts from 0 towards in the positive direction. So T is positive, this is positive. What about this one? What is this literally? Literally this is for a gas, while the temperature is constant, how pressure will change with volume, or when pressure changes, what happens to the volume? So they are inversely related according to the gas law. So when pressure increases, volume decreases, where pressure decreases, volume increases if temperature is kept constant. That means this term is a negative term. Now this is a negative term. There is already a negative sign. Then T is positive. This square term is positive, and this term is negative. So there are two negative terms and two positive terms. So this whole thing Cp minus Cv is positive. That means Cp is greater than Cv. Cp is greater than Cv. It's greater than what amount, that we will see. But Cp minus Cv is positive. So far we knew that the specific heat of a gas at constant pressure is higher than specific heat of gas at constant volume. Cp is always greater than Cv. That we knew. But nowhere we had proved it mathematically that the statement, how that statement is mathematically established. So today we saw, starting from TdS equation, we brought it down to reduce it to we derived the specific heat equation, and from the specific heat equation, upon analysis of individual terms, we came to know that Cp minus Cv is positive. So Cp minus Cv is greater than 0 and Cp minus Cv or Cp is greater than Cv. So very often you are asked in the examination to derive the specific heat equation. So you have to derive this one starting from the TdS equation. Once again I am telling. Now look at this. For an ideal gas, this is very important. For an ideal gas, PV is equal to RT. I'm taking unit mass. So actually PV is equal to MRT, you know that, but we are taking for unit mass. So these Cp, Cv are all specific heats. I mean specific heats for unit mass, Cp, Cv. Alright, mass specific heat there per kg. So PV is equal to RT. So find out your dP by dV at constant T for this, and find out dV by dt at constant phi for this. And you will find that if you put this value and this value here, then you will find that Cp minus Cv comes out to be R. Just do this differential equation, the differentiation. Okay, just for example, PV is equal to RT. So P is equal to RT by V. So del P del V at constant T will be equal to what? Will be equal to minus RT by V square. Minus RT by V square. Similarly, here you can do dV by dt. So what is V? V is equal to RT by P. V is equal to RT by P. So del V del T at constant P. R is constant, P is constant. Del V del T will be equal to R by P. And R by P is V by T. V by T. So if you put it here, then this becomes dV by dt becomes R square by P square or V square by T square. This becomes RT by V square. So from this you can get Cp minus Cv is equal to R. So we have been knowing since many years that Cp is greater than Cv. That is one statement very frequently used and known by all. Cp minus Cv is greater than 0 and Cp minus Cv is equal to R. But today we have mathematically established how Cp minus Cv is a positive quantity and how Cp minus Cv is R. But remember, it is what we derived is for an ideal gas which obeys the equation PV is equal to RT. So one thing is that Cp minus Cv is positive, this is true, but Cp minus Cv is equal to R only for an ideal gas. Only for an ideal gas, because and the other expression dV by dt whole square T into dP by PVT, that is for all. But for ideal gas, that equation comes out to be Cp minus Cv is equal to R. So this is one important conclusion that you need to understand and follow. Alright. So starting from TdS equation, we saw how specific heat equations can be derived. specific heat equation has got a great significance in the study of thermodynamics. We need to know what is Cp, we need to know what is Cv, and in one of my last classes I told that gases do have infinite specific heats, but these are the two specific heats we frequently encounter, so we are making an analysis of this. And today we concluded mathematically Cp minus Cv is greater than 0, and that Cp is greater than Cv by an amount equal to R. What is R? R is the characteristics gas constant or specific gas constant. But this statement Cp minus Cv is equal to R is true only and only and only for an ideal gas which obeys the law Pv is equal to R. Okay, thank you. This was for today, and in the next class we will write this specific heat equation in some other form involving two important terms again. One is called the isothermal compressibility and one is the expansivity. Okay, this much for today. Thank you.